Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings. How are you doing today? This video is a bit of a mix, bit of a follow-up video to the one I did last night about the rumours that Harry and Meghan are going to do romantic comedies. That's what rom-com is short for Netflix. But firstly, thank you very much to all of you who told me who the lady is with the blonde hair. She is called Random Female, and I will put a link in the description to her channel. She's another smaller YouTuber, I think newer YouTuber, very good analysis. I really enjoy her videos. Here we go, on cue. Oh no, it's just the cat. And Graham is going to be going live on his channel. I'll put a link to one of his videos, because for some reason I can't actually put links to people's videos. Well, I can, but then when I test them, it just goes to that sort of monkey page that says, no, nothing found. So I have to put a link to one of their videos so you can find them. He's doing a live today at 5 o'clock in the afternoon hour time, which will be 6 p.m. UK time. And then if you can work it out from there with Google, if you're in America or Australia. And then tomorrow I'll be doing a live on my channel, on this channel. Now, Graham's live today, the subject matter I think he's going to do is the criminal justice system, so it's quite heavy stuff. But my live tomorrow will be all the things royal, and we can all have a big catch up on what we think about everything. So getting back onto the, I've read all your comments on last night's video, both videos yesterday. Mind-blowing. One person suggested that should Meghan and Harry be brave enough to turn up for the coronation, that they should be accompanied by a personal bagpiper to drown out the noise of any booze. Not quite sure how the bagpiper's going to deal with any tomatoes, if anybody does that. Of course, people do get arrested for that. I mean, even the egg that missed King Charles, that guy was arrested, but then I think he said he wasn't the one who threw the egg. I don't know. So, no throwing missiles. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. I still maintain that absolute silence, you know, if you happen to be in the crowds. Can you imagine that one member of the royal, like Sophie and Edward, turn up, yeah, Harry and Meghan? It does unnerve people. I know that from our own pair of psychotic lunatics that we have had in our lives for years. They can't bear silence. They hate silence. It's literally like there's various ways to put out fire. For example, you can pour water on it, depending on the type of fire. Another example, on the dolphin boat, we have an engine room, and the fire extinguisher basically starves the room of oxygen in the event of a fire. Very effective. I personally think that should Harry and Meghan come, they should be escorted by their own personal bell ringers to drown out the noise, like they did at St Paul's. They were ringing bells for all they were worth, weren't they, to drown out any booze. And I'm guessing they'll do something similar at Westminster Abbey for the coronation anyway. They'll be ringing bells. So, just moving on to the very idea of Harry and Meghan producing romantic comedies. I mean, my imagination has been running wild all night. In fact, I actually had a nightmare about Meghan playing the blushing 16-year-old Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz style, in a gingham dress with pigtails that sort of bend up with wire in them and a pair of ruby slippers. It was horrific, horrific. But then I had a dream about something else, and that took all that sting away. But can you imagine? And that's what she would do. She would be the main character, blushing 16-year-old. I could see Harry being cast in it as well as a fairly happy-go-lucky 20-year-old, or better still, 19-year-old prince from next door who lives with his granny in a palace. I mean, I could imagine the canned laughter. You know, enter Meghan, canned laughter, or canned cheering, more likely. Harry entering in an Elizabeth Arden t-shirt, canned laughter. a depiction of Her Late Majesty with the stony face, staring at Harry's Elizabeth Arden t-shirt, canned laughter. Oh, I can't think of anything worse. I mean, and I actually think that the reason for that rumour is very similar to all the other puff pieces and rumours. It's a case of putting feelers out there and see what sticks. I think that the suggestion that they're going to do more light-hearted love, romance, romantic comedy, I personally believe because Netflix have said, we're done. Our relationship is over. And so I believe it is her side of the team, have put the very idea of something like that. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the movie Natural Born Killers. I think it was a Tarantino. It was banned in the UK. Graham and I actually had to watch it in Holland when we were living there. And there was one scene in it because one of the major characters, the girl, they said she'd been sexually abused. And they did this kind of weird Tarantino scene where they did it as a sitcom, a situation comedy with a family scenario. And then they sort of murdered the entire family. And they did it all to applause and canned laughter to sort of, I think where the director was coming from was to sort of show one of the most unfunny things in the world and how the canned laughter thing. And Harry and Meghan, all their productions, they always seem to have this incidental clown music as well, don't they? They did it on the James Corden thing, you know, da 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 da. And I don't understand that. I really don't understand them putting that in. It's so naff. Anyway, in conclusion, in the hope that Harry and Meghan ever watch this video, in the unlikely event, I shall repeat my advice to them once again for what it's worth. Please, move to the middle of nowhere with nature. Design your own log cabin. Design your own house. Be with your little kids. Enjoy them while they are little. Film nature. Film your children with nature. Don't preach about the environment. Don't talk about the planet's on fire, Harry, okay? And yes, I did see Daniel Boland's video where he went, the planet's on fire? Which I thought was hilarious. Don't preach. Don't put in a runway for private jets. Just be in the middle of nowhere. Oh, battery dying. And enjoy yourselves. Film it all, document it all, and then come back, and I bet you Netflix would give you a ton for that, and people would love that. Deaf ears, but not as far as you guys are concerned. I am all ears for your comments and look forward to reading them. Thank you very much for listening.